You're always a pussy.
John Wick is a thrilling action film that follows the story of a retired hitman who was forced back into the world of crime after a series of tragic events. Directed by Chad Stahelski and David Leitch, the film introduces audiences to the enigmatic and deadly character of John Wick, played by Keanu Reeves, who embarks on a ruthless quest for vengeance. The movie begins with John Wick mourning the recent death of his beloved wife, Helen. In her final days, Helen had arranged for the delivery of a puppy named Daisy to help John cope with his grief. This heartfelt gesture brings a small measure of solace to John's life, providing him with a sense of companionship and purpose amid his profound sadness. One day, while stopping for gas, John encounters a group of Russian gangsters led by ISF Tarasov, the arrogant and impulsive son of a powerful crime lord. ISF takes a liking to John's prized 1969 Mustang and attempts to buy it, but John firmly refuses the offer. Unwilling to take no for an answer, ISF and his crew follow John home that night, break into his house, beat him senseless, steal his car, and brutally kill Daisy. Unbeknownst to ISF, he has just made a grave mistake by targeting a man who was once one of the most feared assassins in the criminal underworld. John Wick is a legendary figure within the shadowy realm of organized crime, a man who earned the nickname Baba Yaga, or the Boogeyman, for his unmatched skill and efficiency in eliminating targets. With the last remnant of his wife's love taken from him, John's dormant rage and lethal instincts are awakened, setting him on a path of bloody vengeance. As John begins his quest for retribution, he re-enters the secretive world of assassins that he had left behind, visiting the Continental Hotel, an exclusive establishment that caters to the criminal elite and operates under a strict code of conduct. At the hotel, John reconnects with old acquaintances, including Winston, the Continental's enigmatic owner, and Sharon, the unflappable concierge. John also encounters Ms. Perkins, a fellow assassin who will later prove to be a formidable adversary. Armed with an arsenal of weapons and driven by an unrelenting desire for vengeance, John begins his violent crusade against ISF and the Russian mob. He quickly dismantles ISF's security detail, leaving a trail of bodies in his wake. His ruthless efficiency and unwavering determination send shockwaves through the criminal underworld, and it isn't long before word of his actions reaches Vigo, ISF's father and the head of the Russian mafia. Vigo, fully aware of John's reputation and the consequences of his son's actions, attempts to resolve the situation by offering a bounty on John's head. This sets off a deadly cat-and-mouse game between John and the many assassins who are eager to claim the reward. Despite the numerous skilled killers who stand in his way, John proves time and time again that he is a force to be reckoned with, dispatching his enemies with brutal efficiency. Throughout his relentless pursuit of ISF, John demonstrates an unwavering commitment to exacting revenge on those who wronged him. His bloody rampage takes him through the streets of New York City and into the heart of the Russian mafia's operations. Along the way, John faces numerous challenges and adversaries, including a tense confrontation with Ms. Perkins, who has betrayed the rules of the Continental in her quest to claim the bounty on John's head. As the body count continues to rise, Vigo comes to the realization that his son's actions have unleashed a force that cannot be stopped. In a desperate attempt to protect ISF and maintain control of his criminal empire, Vigo reluctantly agrees to a parley with John. However, the meeting quickly devolves into a violent confrontation, culminating in a high-speed car chase and a brutal hand-to-hand fight between John and Vigo's right-hand man, Kirill. In the end, John manages to track down ISF to a safe house and finally exacts his revenge, killing the young gangster in a dramatic showdown. With ISF dead, John confronts Vigo, who is unable to come to terms with his son's actions and the consequences they have wrought. After a fierce final battle, John emerges victorious, leaving Vigo fatally wounded. Having avenged Daisy's death and reclaimed his stolen car, John stumbles upon a veterinary clinic, where he patches himself up and discovers a group of dogs awaiting euthanasia. In a fitting conclusion to his journey, John rescues one of the dogs and walks off into the night, a symbol of hope and redemption after his brutal descent into the world of violence and revenge. John Wick is an adrenaline-fueled action film that masterfully combines breathtaking fight choreography, stunning cinematography, and a compelling story of loss and vengeance. The film is a thrilling ride from start to finish and serves as a powerful introduction to one of the most iconic action heroes of modern cinema. We hope you enjoyed this detailed recap of John Wick. If this action-packed journey captivated and entertained you, please consider sharing it with your friends and family. We'd also love to hear your thoughts on the film, so feel free to leave a comment below. Your support and feedback are greatly appreciated as we continue to create content that resonates with your interests.